Welcome to Election Central. I'm Diana Nagy of the Conservative Campaign Committee.
And I'm Kay Rivoli with the Tea Party Express.
Today we have an update for you about the effort to take back control of the House from Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats. In the 2020 elections, the media, liberals, including Nancy Pelosi herself, predicted a tidal wave of Democrat congressional victories. But that didn't happen.
That's right.
Thanks to the efforts by grassroots conservatives like you.
Diana, not only did that Democratic tidal wave not materialize, but we were able to flip 15 seats back to the GOP.
Yes.
And so here's where
huge.
we are right now. If we can flip 5 more seats from the Democrats, we can bring an end to Nancy Pelosi's tenure as Speaker of the House.
Oh, and we all know we need to bring an end to Nancy Pelosi's tenure now. So the battle to take back the House is on right now. As a matter of fact, there are 2 special elections for Congress coming up that will take place over the next few weeks. We need to get you involved to help our Republican candidates win decisive victories.
First, we need to focus your attention to New Mexico Congressional District 1, where a special election has been called following Joe Biden's appointment of Democratic Congresswoman Deborah Haaland to serve as his Secretary of the Interior. The candidates in this race are Democrat Melanie Stansberry and Republican Mark Moores.
So Kay, here's an interesting note. This district was once represented by Republican Congresswoman Heather Wilson. In fact, the last time Heather won the seat, the margin of victory was only 0.4%. Very slim. Very narrow margin. So you know what that means? We have our work cut out for us to pull off an upset victory, restore this Republican seat, flip it back to Republican, and erode the Democrat House majority even further.
Now, our Republican candidate, Mark Moores, is a New Mexico state senator who has been on a roll with his campaign. He has begun broadcasting hard-hitting ads exposing Democrat Melanie Stansberry as a far-left extremist. Stansberry has tied herself to the radicals in Congress like Rashida Tlaib. She's also aligned herself with the liberal left who are attacking our heroic men and women in blue all across this nation. And she also has an atrocious position on immigration and amnesty policies. Now, Diana, with the humanitarian crisis we currently have at our southern border, that is very, very frightening.
So the early voting in this race has now begun. The election will take place on June 1st. We must take action now, immediately, to show our support for Republican Mark Moores all across the country. So the first thing you can do is go to Moores for Congress website at mooresforcongress.com.
Please go to mooresforcongress.com. We have typed out the website below for you. Please go there, sign up for updates on the election, and also make a campaign contribution. Any amount will be helpful. You can also follow Mark on Facebook. His username is Mark Moores.
Kay, this is going to be a fascinating race to watch. As a matter of fact, just last week, liberal Washington Post conceded that Republican Mark Moores has momentum in this race, has really begun to take the fight to Democrat Melanie Stansberry, including in their first debate where he was relentless.
And I am excited, Diana.
Yes.
And wouldn't it be absolutely wonderful if conservatives and Republicans all across this nation would rally behind Mark Moores to propel him to victory? Now, besides the race in New Mexico, we also have a runoff election for the 6th Congressional District in Texas, where conservative Republican Susan Wright is the frontrunner after being endorsed by President Donald Trump, the Club for Growth, the Conservative Campaign Committee, Young Conservatives of Texas, Texas Right for Life, and the Tea Party Express.
Those are some big names and some great groups. She's our girl. Now, this is an interesting situation because in the original election contest, there were over 20 candidates on the ballot. And the Democrats had talked a big game about winning this seat because President Trump only carried it by 3% in 2020 elections.
Diana, that absolutely did not
Yeah,
happen.
did not.
And the top two frontrunners who got the most votes who emerged in this race were conservative Republican Susan Wright and the more establishment Republican Jake Ellzey. So we know a Republican will win this race, but we believe that Susan Wright will be a more reliable conservative vote in Congress and will stand up for what is right.
So to support Susan Wright, head over to her website. Let's stand up for what's right. Susan Wright for Congress. That's WRIGHT. And again, sign up for updates, make contributions to her campaign. Please do all you can to show support for Susan Wright. You can also follow her on Twitter at Susan Wright TX6.
Please stay tuned to the Conservative Campaign Committee and to Tea Party Express via these channels for updates on these two special elections and for our ongoing battle to take back the House. For Election Central, thank you for watching. I'm Kay Rivoli.
And I'm Diana Nagy. God bless you. God bless America. And may we restore this country to the shining city on the hill that has made this mankind's last best hope on earth.
Paid for and authorized by the Conservative Campaign Committee. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.